Dear brother Nasir, make a promise. We won't let you run away from the country. That's the only way I will leave this podium. Where is the promise? You make the promise.
I promise.
Okay. Thank you.
I promise, even on a part-time basis.
Tinubu don't talk and so whether by force or by fire or by any means. Say this man must be one of the ministers. Say El Rufai must be one of the ministers. And me and you know say this man a person will be say we no need them because this man they divide this nation. This man they say hey now a person will be say they go the chook mats for waiting. He they very strong now backstabber now pretender now he be even young people they against them. My people for this video when I remember saying 2022 Tinubu can talk say he need El Rufai for among the ministers. Say El Rufai must be one of them. The thing we be say Nigeria they concerned about right now. And I be say may waiting apple for Niger, make it not come apple for Nigeria because this Tinubu government it won't take this government to another level we be say in they enforce himself and the things where he want for Nigerians body even in Nigerians not one time it they use by force and by fire and by every means to take make sure say Nigeria accept anything we in bring come. So the fact say he bring old cargoes come as minister was not even enough, but he can go bring this man where be say he not hide himself say na raise it na him be say he identify himself say he not like Christian. So him being one of the minister is going to cause division in Nigeria. My people, so this video analyze what this man talk on how it really to show you hatred towards Nigerians, especially if you not be Muslim. Now this one, I can't make people come begin to talk, say, make Nigerians protest, say they don't want El Rufai. Say me they protest by all means. Tell Tinubu say no, El Rufai no. He bring wicked come. Well, apart from what wicked talk, say na so he want be, say na cancer na he want. That one na your headache. But El Rufai Nigerians say they don't need them. Hey, my people, make I like the video play gidigba make una watch well. So na Bod TV board. Where we they bring all the trends together. Make una watch, make una subscribe, make una tell una yeah. Say this government, now punish them, what can punish us, so we don't know what we do them oh. Una do, una bye yo.
As the controversy surrounding some nominees that made up President Tinubu's ministerial list continues to rage, a coalition of Quranic reciters, memorizers, and learners has asked the Senate to reject the former governor of Kaduna State, Nasir El Rufai, who was among the 28 names submitted to the Senate for screening and confirmation. The group said appointing El Rufai as a minister is repugnant to natural justice, equity, and good conscience. According to them, the former governor openly showed his hatred for Quranic students when he evacuated hundreds of students from Sheikh Dahiru Bauchi's residence with tear gas late at night in an effort to stop the learning and memorization of the Holy Quran. The group also appealed to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to withdraw El Rufai's name in the best interest of the country for peace and respect for the laws of the land. In the meantime, a video clip which went viral over the weekend showed the former governor of Kaduna State saying that he would not want to return as minister after his tenure as governor because, in his words, failure in governance is when you don't train those who can succeed you.
Minister kana shekara 43. Dan bayan shekara 20 kana 63 sai ka dawo kai minister ƴaƴanka ba za su yi ba. kannin ka ba za su yi ba kai kadai za ka yi to ni ba na sakan to Allah a je bar magana amma ka gane abin da nake domin ni alhamdulillah na yi sa'a ina shekara 43 ne ministan Abuja ka gani to yanzu shekara na 63 sai kuma in koma ƙarni na ba wanda ya iya ‘ya'yana ba wanda ya iya ba wanda ya taso ya aikin nan haba ai duk abin da ka yi ba kai training wanda za su gaji ka ba kai ne kai fere kuma wallahi na yi training mutane da yawa wanda za su iya gada na many areas.
Rufai, last week it was Rike. Now we have El Rufai. I told you those were the two names. But you know, in the same vein, a video showing President Bola Ahmed Tinubu appealing to El Rufai not to leave the country after his tenure as governor of Kaduna State, but to work with him instead, made the rounds on social media. The president, who was then the flag bearer of the All Progressives Congress, spoke in October 2022 while addressing attendees of the Kaduna Investment Summit, which was held at the Umaru Musa Yar'Adua Conference Hall in Kaduna.
We will do this. Dear brother Nasir, make a promise. We won't let you run away from the country. That's the only way I will leave this podium. Where is the promise? You make the promise.
I promise.
Okay. Thank you.
I promise, even on a part-time basis.
What can we say, Rufai? I mean, it's nice that they came up with that video because you know that the video where he said, if you do not train people to succeed you, then you are not doing your job. But here you can see that it appears that Tinubu wants him to work for him by all means. Rufai.
Okay. Last week it was wicked. Today is Mr. El Rufai.
Water.
Where do we start from? A lot of water going on. Okay, so as regards the group that says El Rufai's name should not be added based on what he did to people studying, they have a right of their grounds, and I think they should be able to sort that out, as time goes on. And I respect anybody's right when they raise concerns, and I don't want to go into it because religious matters are quite very touchy, so I don't want to touch that. But as regards this, Madam Nasir El Rufai made that plea. Made that statement by saying that he believes in building the next generation. What I think is he should recommend people that will be the next generation that can serve Bola Ahmed Tinubu. You forget that Nasir El Rufai became minister in 2003. He was in his 40s then. Prior to that time, he was in BPE. So you've served, based on the board of a government parastatal, you've served as a minister of FCT, and afterwards you've served as a governor. What else do you want? In a country that is looking forward, he has that. So that means in the last how many years? In the last about 20 years, he has constantly been in and around government. So what else do you want? And that also goes to Mr. Wike. We're looking at the future. We're looking at people that have quality that can serve. I'm not saying he doesn't have his own qualities, but you have served. You just finished serving as a governor of a state. Isn't it time for you to put on the baton for the next generation? You didn't just only finish serving. Your son is also in the House of Reps. So is it only the El Rufai family that would serve Nigeria? Are there no other families? Your son just took a juicy position in the House of Reps. You are still coming back as a minister. Are there no other people that have very good capacity that will serve? And why this recycling of former governors? And you look and we are saying, want to hit the ground running, it's a new dawn. It's a new dawn for Mr. El Rufai that we had seen himself as a minister.
Definitely not.
Or Mr. Wike.
No.
And these are the things a lot of people have. Not to take away from the ministerial list. There are some people out there, but even with the technocrats that are on the list, there are people that have made arguments. Okay, take for instance, people like Professor Patti. Somebody gave me a very good argument. I'm a man for argument, very good argument. He said, okay, Mr. Patti has served as Minister of State before for health. Is it that we can't, have other people? So, obviously, if he's coming back now, he's going to be in the capacity of, because he has a very good, and he's internationally recognized in terms of public health. He's the chief of Gavi. He has to resign from Gavi and all of that. So, but when you look at it, is it that we don't have other people?
All right.
So those are the questions that concerned people are raising.
Dr. Bati, the first story talked about this group of Quranic leaders saying that Tinubu should not or should reject El Rufai because he appears to be, doing things that are against the laws of the land, not letting people practice their religion and all of that.
Well, people will express all kinds of sentiments depending on what view of the matter, they see. This same Nasir El Rufai, you recall Shehu Sani said that El Rufai is a serpent and that Tinubu should not give him a job. I thought Shehu Sani was probably imagining that serpent that swallowed notes in jam or whatever. I was wondering why you will come forward and say, oh, the man is a serpent. We know that he's a human being and that he has most recently been governor, except he says he's using it in a metaphorical sense. Now you have another group saying, oh, he doesn't like Quranic scholars. This is the same Nasir El Rufai that people have, accused of supporting Muslim ticket. That was a big issue for some people, and he came out later and said it was misinterpreted. Now, some of his own Muslim brothers are now saying he's not promoting religion. But in any case, these appointments are not based on religious relationships. They're based on the prerogative of the president, his powers to hire and fire. There will be more of this. There will be some people who will still come out and say, oh, this person that is being nominated as a minister does not have NYSC certificate. All kinds of things are bound to come up. But what Nigerians want is a quality team. The unfortunate thing that some people have pointed out is that, oh, not too many people stand out in this list. I've heard that view expressed. Some people are saying, oh, they are recycling people. But let me give the example of Ethiopia. There are some countries whereby you could have a man serving as minister for 15, 20 years. Even if government changes, they will not remove the person. The person will be asked to stay there for purposes of continuity, for purposes of experience. But in Nigeria, the counter-argument will be, oh, we have over 200 million people. Why should it be only these people? Yes. Well, whatever the choice of the president is his choice. But what we expect is good governance. Because you can have experience and be useless. Because, sometimes some people, they say, oh, because I'm older than you, I'm smarter than you. That is not true. We've seen that clearly. Right. So it's possible that fresh blood with the right credentials could do much better. But we'll see. If anybody thinks that, Nasir El Rufai will reject the appointment, I don't think so. No, because in fact, he was the first person that the president nominated and offered a ministerial appointment. Yes. And he promised he's going to keep that promise and take the job. Come back to say that. And it's not just about age. Right. If they offer some people who are over 80 years old appointment, they will jump at it. Is this not Nigeria?
I know some 80-year-olds that are in power now.
We've had a cabinet of gerontocrats before.
Shots fired. Jesus Christ.
No, we've had
well, I know of an 80-year-old who is in power.
Yes, age is not a factor of competence. I think some people bring to bear experiences. Yes. I think the unique thing about this is the Nigerian context. Yeah. What a number of people have said, especially analysts and views from people following the announcement of the ministers, is that as a nation, people wanted a moving away from the old, something fresh, something new. And looking at the list, the nominated list, it doesn't reflect that. Now, moving back to former Governor El Rufai himself, is that, you know, the video came out, people started talking about it, and then he released it, well, his camp must have released the counter video, and that's instructive. The truth is that if you look at politicians all around the world, there are people who are career politicians. President Joe Biden of the United States started his career in 1979, in the 70s. If you look at the British system and those who go on to take on ministerial portfolios, they also have built a career, some of them straight from university. However, it doesn't justify it because they go there based on the fact that they are able to do the work. And so we ought to have conversations around competence, but also particularly because of where we are as a nation, a moving away, and the fact that even he himself admitted it. When will the mentees who have been tutored, who have been trained by the current politicians today take office? When will the youth emerge? We keep talking about the youth coming on board. We keep talking about fresh, young minds, and then we keep having the same recycled minds. Now, if the work that had been done previously has turned Nigeria into this golden state of, you know, amazingness, then we wouldn't be having, we'll be happy to continue with the old. So the conversation is not just about the fact that we're recycling the old or the fact that they've been in politics or in government for so long. It's the fact that we want something different to achieve something different. They say you cannot do the same thing again and again and expect something different.
Where citizens have been reacting to sanctions imposed on the country by various organizations following the ousting of President Mohamed Bazoum by the military. On Sunday, members of the ECOWAS Authority of Heads of State and Government, led by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, issued a 7-day ultimatum to the Nigerian military to restore constitutional order and reinstate Bazoum. The bloc also imposed land and border closures, suspending all commercial flights between Niger and ECOWAS member states.
Without freedom and democracy, there can be no development. There can be no end to poverty. It's time for action, and we should walk our talks.
Over the weekend, videos showing pockets of violence began circulating on social media. Citizens were seen attacking politicians in Niger Republic, supporters of the military takeover, who took to the streets in their thousands, also gathered outside the French embassy in Niamey, the capital of Niger, to condemn the action taken by France against the military junta. West Africa and African leaders should tread carefully with the issue in Niger, simply to avoid it being another territory for proxy war between the West versus Russia. The opportunity is there. Well, Jessica wrote, democracy in Africa means corruption, oppression, insecurity, and poverty. Politicians are being given license to share resources, opportunity, and funds between themselves. Dividends of democracy is a scam language because there is none. I guess, Jessica is responding to all the comments that are being made as to why this whole, military takeover occurred. But also, we'll have to talk about the story I would like to bring it back to Nigeria, the story in Adamawa State, where there was breakdown of law and order. I mean, Adamawa State is one of the most peaceful states in Nigeria, and to see that happened, where these people carted away with food, we don't know the reason, but the governor has imposed a 24-hour curfew. All of these, we need some sort of peace among the West African region, and this has to do with good governance.
So at that first matter come Bolofua. Now this one come make me come do the second phase of this video, because Arise TV not talk the news in details. For this una presidency that they call Tinubu, so una no say na be the president of ECOWAS. So he con go chook him mouth put for this Niger matter where they grand. He con show them say na he be Baba go fast. Na he go talk something, na he go come to pass. Na he be the founder of rigging. Na he be the founder of manipulation. So he con they tell the military way they there say if they love their self, if they don't want in trouble, say he don't give them stipulated time. May they tell return back power to who get power. Back to democracy. Hey, my people. Nobody say they talk and so. If you not see the way the man they talk, this is our president that they call Tinubu. If you not hear the way they talk, if they talk like say your country they at peace. If they talk like say no rig election. If they talk like say he no go fly for night so they take give presidency. Hey, not be as they talk and so. He can't tell them say in na military they talk to so, Niger military they talk to so, fear not cash am. If they tell them say na so he go suspend this one, na so he go suspend that, I go still let the small parts play mona year.
Demands are not met within 1 week. Take all measures necessary to restore constitutional order in the Republic of Niger. Such measures may include the use of force. To this effect, the chiefs of defense staff of ECOWAS are to meet immediately. Closure of land and air borders between ECOWAS countries and Niger. 2, institution of ECOWAS no-fly zone on all commercial flights to and from Niger. Suspension of all commercial and financial transactions between ECOWAS member states and Niger. Freeze all service transactions, including energy transactions. Impose travel ban and asset freeze for the military officials involved in the coup attempt.
As General Tiani here with the talk, hey, na the man laugh quack 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 quack. He laugh scatter grand. He say more than 10 person when they 10 person say he give person 1 week. He said that 1 leg now you put for presidency. He say if you a thief now you thief yourself enter that place. He say if you open your yash everywhere go scatter. He say your government na illegitimate. He say you don't get right to tell him say make he quit that seat where he don't forcefully enter. He said because me I better pass you. Hey, my people, everywhere don't scatter. Hey, this Nigerian government, me I don't understand. You enter yourself forcefully. You said they vote for you. Nigeria said they don't vote for you. Then you they test another country where military overtake. You they give them 1 week. You they give the military 1 week. May they take vacate that seat. May they bring democracy back. And me, Oga, you they give example so. You they lead by example. We don't understand you. You they lead by example so. Hey, my people, not be as they talk and so. Hey, now the general warn them. Say if you don't stay clear, come on from Niger matter. Say waiting apple for Niger go apple for Nigeria. Hey, this one me I show na back I mean I don't want war. Hey, I don't want war. Not be here, my people. Hey, now yeah, talk a show. I don't want war. Now bye bye yo.
This is Bod TV Bod. In case the first time you come here, please don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell for more uploads.